of your screen versus Applechips at the top. That's the match we're going to be featuring. And they're ready to go. So let's head down to the action for your top 4. We've got Marten versus number 1 Applechips. Alrighty, here we go. Welcome to the top 4, everyone. We've got number 19, Marten, versus number 1, Applechips from Team Invoke Lethal playing it off. Marten on creation, aggro, mid-range. Looks like they got Malaga Amphitheater. We haven't seen that yet tonight. And then we've got Applechips up at the top of your screen, and they're keeping a hand of Vinegrafter, Houndmaster, 2 copies of Vinegrafter, and a Seek Power. Okay.
It looks good to me.
Yeah, seems pretty good.
Like Martin's got a paintings to play out the Explorer, so let's get those going.
All right, start things off with a Vinegrafter. I mean, Vinegrafter's a pretty good blocker for League Explorer, but hey, Searing Strike's a good answer to Vinegrafter, so
Right, yeah. I mean,
it
silence and 2 damage and get power back. I mean, that's pretty sweet.
All right, Permafrost that League Explorer. But 2 depth charges have already been down. So that League Explorer did 4 damage plus another virtual 4. So when your 2-drop deals 8 damage and eats a Permafrost, yeah, I think you're fine with that.
Pretty good. I do wonder, you know, how is Marten going to deal with Elixir when it gets on board? I mean, a 4/5 is pretty chunky on this sort of board.
Yeah, that 4/5 is pretty big.
And they have 2 of them, so that's... Although, what's his name does have Valor, right? Barbuk?
Yeah.
Barbuk does have Valor, so I mean, I guess is something to worry about there. But yeah, we have not seen an amphitheater this tournament, and we honestly haven't seen amphitheater in a while.
In a
To be
while,
fair,
yeah.
to be honest, I mean, it
So,
was
yeah, I guess I
big.
should read it. If you don't know, so it's a 2. Well, when one of your unit hits the enemy player, replenish power. And then it had a couple abilities: exhaust 2 enemy units, double the cost of a card in the enemy hand, and then daring maneuver, give +2/+2 and overwhelm. But really, the most important part is the when one or more of your units hits the enemy player, replenish power equal to its. I keep saying loyalty. I know it's not loyalty. I don't know what's the middle part called.
Tough. No,
I don't know. Whatever it is.
yeah, I don't remember. I don't
The
remember what that
green
is.
shape in the middle, the green trapezoid. Loyalty.
Maybe somebody in chat will remind us.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get called out on it. But yeah, like you said, I think the biggest point right now, like you said, is just the 4/5. I mean, turns out a 4/5 is pretty good. That can just gonna stop. And now you got a tandem ability. So with that 4/5, now you're gonna get a 4/4 attacker too. And Applechips only at 14, but is saying, I'm the aggro now. I'm going to attack. You're going to die in a few turns.
Yeah, like Marten can't play the Houndmaster. I mean, that's just going to die to Elixir. So they're kind of stuck. I think Marten is. You can take out the
Yeah,
Houndmaster.
you gotta use
sure.
a Pyrotech on a Houndmaster. I mean, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess, but you can't love it.
And they're going to take 10 this turn. Do you even bother playing out the? Do you just play out the moon so that you can get some card draw for Applechips?
Yeah, that's pretty
Not that.
tough. Play out that Vinegrafter, and Searing Strike can take care of one of these units, but I think this is just game. You can Searing Strike and Chump, but I don't even think that's enough. Because Applechips, I think, can make a Hound next turn plus Permafrost.
Yep.
Yep,
G to the
that's
G.
just game. Well done, Applechips. That was a pretty aggro hand. I mean, I know we call it kind of a mid-range deck, but that was a pretty aggro hand from Applechips there. Was able to stabilize, and I know I've said it before, but the really impressive kind of masters of the game, and I probably say this more about control decks, but I love when masters of the game just know like the exact specific moment to change gears, right? And to say like, all right, I'm not the beatdown, I'm not the beatdown, remove, block, block, block. Okay, now I'm aggro, a space, kill you. And it's just always when
Right.
people just balance that line so perfectly.
Yeah, it's you know, drawing the right cards and being a good player will win you games.
Yeah, that is true. All right, Applechips up one game away from the finals. Although I am gonna laugh if Applechips wins tonight and being so far ahead on the leaderboard and then gets in sneaks in there
Yeah.
sneaks in their win,
Like
right, and doesn't even need the wild card slot.
it's like why'd you bother? You know?
Our players are good to go. But I'm sure a lot of fans and people on the outside looking in right now would love Applechips to win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows all of the dedication that was put in to get to this point to finally, perhaps potentially to win. I mean, that's great.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and obviously freeing up a wild card slot too. Like if I'm like Ash Acer right now, sitting
Yeah,
as like basically the number 5 in leaderboard points right now, I'm just like, come on, win Applechips so that you open up another slot. Not really opening up a fifth
exactly.
slot, but getting somebody who's in the lead out of the race. I don't
I
think
mean, it
the
would
other
also just
three.
be,
I think all 4 players right now have not won. Right, we don't have any repeaters. Yeah, yeah, none of these players
I
have
think
won
so.
yet. So we're gonna get a new trophy tonight. So let's see. So we've had 3 seasons so far of this, and Applechips is the only person who has been a repeat winner, and they've repeated twice. So Applechips has won 3 times in one season. Every other TNE for the last 2.75 seasons has been a unique winner.
It's crazy.
Pretty crazy.
I would just be happy to win one.
Sure. Well, you got one. I know you got one in you.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna hold my breath. Don't people waste your channel points on.
Well, don't worry, Marvin. I haven't won one either, so we're in the
No,
same boat.
that's true. That's true. We are in the same boat. Right, so Martin's got okay. So Apple Chips chose uh,
Yeah, what's that card name?
Arius, Arius
Terrius? Yeah,
Marshall Master.
Terrius Martial Master.
That's that is a difficult card to deal with. So makes sense.
Amphitheater we see here again. That's going to do slow. It's going to double a cost of a card in the enemy's hand, and that's going to double Valise. So Valise is now an 8-drop.
Yeah, I would imagine that effectively just is now fodder for
Yeah, for an auto tread or something else.
auto
This is
tread
probably
or
not going to be
whatever.
played now.
So I will be interested to see if Manacles does anything here. I feel like it probably won't because Iraq's gonna be what's the name? Amarak, sorry. Amaruk is gonna be probably
A lot of hard to
Aegis,
pronounce
right?
words.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Strange names, especially in this particular matchup. The strange names.
yeah. So I think we see. Yeah, I mean, lots of options here for Apple Chips. Actually, even though the Valise is gone, you can auto tread and ping. You can play auto tread plus like an Amarak or something. Auto tread can also ping sites directly, which is also very good.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it can just take it out.
I remember there was some discourse when auto tread first came out about whether it was even a good card. Hopefully that discussion has been solved. It is a very good card.
Yeah. I guess
He's
you
very good and
do you even
limited, and he's
bother
quite good and
pinging it?
constructed. You pitch another one to kill the. I don't know. I mean, do you
Like, how important is the
care?
site, really?
Yeah, do you care about the site right now?
Like, the site has done what it needed to do, I think. I mean, yeah, you're gonna not want it to get a Diogo, I guess, right?
Yeah, but you can do that. I mean, you can probably can just take care of that next turn, I think. So now, question. This is worded replenish power, and maybe this is a stupid question, but for those who don't know, since it says replenish, do you actually get to go above your starting, or does it just refill your power? Like, can you go up to
No,
5 there?
no, you go up to what you had.
Right.
You don't go above it.
Yeah.
So,
That's what I thought, but that's pretty unique in Eternal. I don't think there's many cards worded that way. Usually it's just gain power.
right.
Wonder how many other cards say replenish power on them.
Yeah. Okay, so didn't want to ping.
The rare auto tread attack to deal 1 damage, but hey, saves you a card, so
Yeah. I think the important part though is getting these
yeah, getting the 2 Amaroks done. Yeah, you only got 4
Amarex
power, yeah.
down with their Aegis so that potentially next turn can Houndmaster.
Yeah, Houndmaster. We might see the TTT again.
Although, I mean, you're
Mm,
probably not going to want to attack.
yeah, no triple T this time. All right, Houndmaster, and we might see the double tandem trigger though. Although, yeah, you can't really do that though.
It's
I
like you,
guess you can and you can chump, but that seems really, really dangerous. Yeah, Houndmaster attack with those 3, leave the Houndmaster back, chump block. I mean, yeah, that's the best play, but sure is bold going down to 2 and now dying.
and now dying. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess that's
I mean, I guess
Applechips'
that's,
one way to victory, though, right? You play to your outs,
yeah.
but
I mean, I guess you could, there wasn't really much you could do, right?
yeah.
Apple Chips just didn't really have any options there.
Yeah, there's
But
sometimes you look at plays like that and they look really bold on the surface, but then you dig a little deeper and you're like, actually, like there wasn't really any other viable play, so what you got to do. That's still cool to see for sure. Right. I think we have any
this is
updates from the.
definitely an interesting match. Like very much more. I don't know. I feel like this match is very like interactive in
Yeah.
terms of like the choices that are having to be made and pinging specific things or whatever. Um,
All right. Well, we do have an update from the back tables. Who do you think won in the aggro versus control matchup?
well,
Got any
since it's
guesses?
so quick, I feel like it's got to be Alex, right?
It was very quick, and it was 2-0 Go Zoo on big control,
Whoa!
taking
How's
it
that?
over the aggro deck. So
Wow!
yeah, I mean maybe just hit one of those board wipes, one of those early removal spells, maybe a Mandevella taking him out. But whatever the reason was, Gozu going to take an easy 2-0 over Alex Fierro. So Gozu on control, bringing it to the finals.
It's a very interesting deck. I mean, and, I've sort of wanted to play something like what Gozu has come up with. And
Applechips going to
Var's
start off
authority
turn
is
2, Prowling Amarok, gives it Aegis. Now this the Searing Strike though, silent it still gets blocked by the Aegis, right? This can't go through
I think
Aegis.
so, right? It's not a do one then.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's a simultaneous. So
Yeah, pretty sure. Yep, fairly sure that does not work that way, but doesn't matter anymore. Was able to pop that Aegis. Applechips gonna throw away a Prowling Amrock, and what else to kill the opposing auto tread? Oh, and get
It's
a
moon.
or no, not a tandem attack this turn. I'm sorry, I got really excited. I'm excited for these tandem attacks. little too excited there. It's
All
not
right,
that
settle
powerful.
down. Settle down.
That card would be really busted if that charge.
Oh, man.
Daring Strike gonna go after the Amarok instead of the auto tread, so seeing that as more of a threat. And then gonna follow up with a Tyrius Martial Master, but Applechip's gonna start off with an exploit.
Hmm. I guess like is Lay Siege important in this
I don't
matchup? I
think
mean,
so. Like I feel like the Shoal Custodian's way worse, but maybe not. I mean, the Shoal Custodian I feel like is worse, but it's also easier to
yeah,
deal with, whereas the Lay Siege can like has a higher ceiling. But I don't know. I think you just take the Shoal Custodian.
it's like you can well, huh? I
The
mean,
fact that the
you
Shoal Custodian effect happens regardless means that Marten gets sort of immediate value out of it. Lay Siege, once you know about it, still very good, but you can kind of play around it.
but see now they're gonna Martin can attack, and unless Apple Chips, you know, triggers auto tread,
Right.
they're just going to be pitching. They're just going to be getting some dudes now,
Right.
right? So,
True.
like, in other words, Apple Chips is not going to block. So, I guess Apple Chips is probably thinking, well, do I do a power or do I plunder to get to 4?
Hmm.
So I can play out my 2 threats, my second threat.
Yeah.
Okay, so they just
Gonna
went.
plunder and play the power, and then gonna hold on to Waxing Moon here. Ooh, another
Wow,
copy here as
that's big.
well. All right, start like you said, gonna just start getting awakens here, but shields down for the moment. No Lay Siege available. So now Apple Chips has an interesting. Yeah, there you go. So they're gonna play the Elixir here.
Yeah, Alexa was a great draw because like Moon would have been
Yeah,
fine, but not. It's not building out the board, and it's not helping,
yeah, that
especially
was
this turn.
all right. Yeah, so gonna play out the Lay Siege pre-combat to get a Hound. Gonna deal some damage. That's interesting. I get that. I like that play to get that Hound, but it is bold to basically
Yeah,
throw away your combat trick there. But I guess now that they have the Elixir out, it wasn't, and that Apple Chips knew about it. The value you were gonna get from that was pretty limited.
yeah. So I do sort of wonder, like,
Ooh, Manacles.
oh, damn,
Wow,
wow.
that's a draw right there. That is huge top deck. That puts Apple Chips in so much trouble. Apple Chips basically, well, I guess I got one more turn. Has the top deck here. Painting. That's
I
not
mean,
going to do it. So
painting, you
Apple, and you
can,
got to be even careful with the
yeah.
moon because you can't even take like a damage.
And Moon, I mean, Moon, you can kill something, but
Yeah, you
like,
can
so
kill
you
one.
would
You
be
can kill a
killing.
1/1. Oh, you're gonna kill your own auto tread to. Oh, Apple
Nice,
Chips. Kill
very
your own auto
smart.
tread with a deadly auto. Okay, so played the moon, gave his auto tread deadly, discarded a card to ping himself, the auto tread itself, with the deadly to kill the auto tread, to pop the manacles, to open up Elixir to block. Woo!
That was sweet, sweet move.
They might not win the game, but credit to Apple Tips for that. That's you love to see
Extra
it.
credit. They get extra bonus points for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh well, we should have the heads up plays. Really,
Oh
what it
yeah,
should
that's
be. It
right.
should
Heads
be
up play
heads
for
up in
Apple Chips.
chat.
I gotta give the 5 minute countdown in chat. Heads up play T minus 5 minutes, everyone. Yeah, Vinegrafter, an exploit, but that's not going to be enough. Wow,
Yep.
and Martin's going to get
GG's.
by. What a
Wow.
Manacles top deck there. Woo!
Manacles
Manacles,
is a
yeah.
card. It's
The
really good.
Greeks, you know,
The
Greek
Greeks.
tragedy right there for Applechips.
Uh,
All right, let's refresh your top 8 here.